Welcome to Kshatrini classes. This is the continuation of the last part, and those who have not watched the previous class, please go through the part 1 of the trigonometry. The link is provided in the description box, and this is the continuation of that part. Okay, now we'll see the second question. In the given figure, find tan p minus cot r. The figure is provided and the information with respect to that figure is provided, and you need to find tan p minus cot r. The thing is, first you need to find tan p and cot r. After that you can provide the value. Now dear, this is given as right angled triangle, and you know that trigonometry can be applied only to right angled triangle, and that to acute angles of right angled triangle. Fine. Now to have tan p and cot r, it is necessary that I should have this base value also. Okay, so to find any side in the right angled triangle, we have to go through the Pythagoras theorem, and you know that the Pythagoras theorem say that the square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of squares of other two sides. Now this is hypotenuse as we already know it. Fine. Okay, now dears, first let me find this by using Pythagoras theorem. That is PR the square, that is hypotenuse square, is equal to PQ square plus QR the square. PQ square plus QR the square. Okay, now PR is provided. How much it is? 13. So we'll have 13 the square is equal to PQ is provided as 12. So 12 square, and QR is not provided. We need to find it. So QR the square as it is. And we know that 13 square is 169 and 12 square is 144 plus QR the square. Bring this to this side. Plus 144 turns to be minus 144. So now 169 minus 144 is equal to QR the square. 169 minus 144 is nothing but how much? 25 equal to QR the square. Now bring square to this side, it will become root. So I'll be having dears QR is equal to root 25. QR is equal to 5 centimeter. Now I got the base value as 5 centimeter. Let me write in the figure 5 centimeter. Fine. Now the question is, we need to find tan p. Look at the given information. It is a tan p, means they are talking with respect to angle p. Okay, now with respect to angle p, this will become the opposite side and this will become the adjacent side. You already know how to name the opposite and adjacent. Okay, if you don't, then go to the previous video. Okay, so if it is considered angle, then the side which is opposite to considered angle will be opposite side, and the side which is adjacent, that will be this side. Fine. Now tan p. Now quickly remember the formula with respect to tan. So tan is the ratio given by opposite side to adjacent side. Yes or no? Opposite side to adjacent side. Now look at the diagram. Which is the opposite side? I have 5 and adjacent is 12. So tan p is 5 by 12. So I got the tan p as how much? 5 by 12. Okay, now dear, I need to find the value with respect to cot r. Now what I'll do, I have to consider the diagram with respect to r. Now with respect to r, this will become opposite side and this will become adjacent side. Why? Because considered angle is r and the side which is opposite, that is PQ, and the side which is adjacent, that is RQ. Now let me calculate cot R. Now what is the formula related to cot? Cot is nothing but the ratio of adjacent to opposite. Fine. Adjacent to opposite. And now by the given information, adjacent is 5 and opposite is 12. So we'll be having same thing here, 5 divided by 12. And these are the necessity values we need to have. Tan P as 5 by 12, cot R is as also 5 by 12. Now we'll find the given value. Okay. So what we see, tan P minus cot R. Tan P is how much that we have calculated? 5 by 12. And cot R is how much that we have calculated? 5 by 12. See, 5 by 12 minus 5 by 12 is nothing but how much? 0. So the next question is, if sin A is equal to 3 by 4, then calculate all other trigonometric ratios. Now the question given pattern is little different than the previous one. Previous one they had given you in the diagram the so much is the value. But now they have given you one of the trigonometric value and you need to find all other cos, tan, cot, sec, then all the other functions you need to find. Now dear, how to find? Very simple one. When I talk about the provided information, that is sin A is equal to 3 by 4. And what is the formula associated to sin A, dears? Sin A is nothing but opposite side divided by hypotenuse, that we know. Okay, sin A is described as opposite by hypotenuse. Now we'll draw the diagram. We'll draw the right angled triangle. So this is 90 degree. Okay, sin A is provided, and you know that trigonometric ratios can be applied only to acute angles of right angle triangle. So I cannot consider this angle as angle A because this is 90 degree, and for 90 degree I am not going to apply any trigonometric ratios. Either this angle or this angle you are going to consider as angle A. Now what I'll do, I'll consider this angle as angle A and this as B and this as C. Now my diagram is ready with respect to sin A. Okay, now dear, sin A, what is the opposite they have given? 3, opposite value is 3. Now with respect to this angle of consideration, this will become my opposite side and this will become my adjacent side. Okay, I'll be writing only OP and AD. Okay, so with respect to this one, this will be opposite side and this will be adjacent side, and as you know this will not be changed, this is a hypotenuse, and opposite is provided as 3 and hypotenuse is provided as 4. Now I need to find the value of adjacent. Okay, in right angle triangle, when two sides are provided and if I want to find the third side, I have to go for Pythagoras theorem. So let me use the Pythagoras theorem here. Since this is hypotenuse, so the Pythagoras theorem tells us that hypotenuse square is equal to, that is AC square is equal to BC square plus AB square. Yes or no? The hypotenuse square is equal to sum of squares of other two sides. Fine. Hypotenuse is 4. Now I'll be writing here 4 the square and BC. BC is how much, dears? Opposite side, that is 3 is provided. I'll be writing 3 square, and AB is not provided. So I'll be just writing AB square because I need to find AB. Okay, 4 square is 16, 3 square is 9 plus AB square. So I'll send 9 to this side. Plus 9 will become minus 9. So I'll be having 16 minus 9 is equal to AB square, because when 9 go to that side, positive turns to be negative. 16 minus 7 is nothing but how much? 7. 7 is equal to AB square. I don't need AB square, I need AB. So bring square to the side, that will become root. I'll be having AB is equal to root 7. Okay, AB is equal to root 7. That my adjacent value is with respect to root 7. Okay, now we'll find all other trigonometric ratios with respect to angle A itself, because A is provided, so we'll find all the angles with respect to angle A. Okay, sine is already provided, need not to find. We start from cos. Dears, first let me calculate cos A. And what is the formula associated to cos A? Cos A, cos of any angle is the ratio of adjacent to hypotenuse. We know the formula. Cos is adjacent by hypotenuse, and by the diagram adjacent is root 7 and hypotenuse is 4. So I'll be having, dears, adjacent is root 7, hypotenuse is 4. So cos value is root 7 by 4. And after that we will calculate tan A. Okay, we'll calculate tan A. And remember the formula associated to tan A? Tan A is equal to, or tan of any angle is nothing but the ratio of opposite side to adjacent side. Opposite to adjacent. See, look at the diagram. Opposite is 3 and adjacent is root 7. So I'll be having, dears, 3 divided by root 7. This is the tan value. Fine. And after that we'll go to the next trigonometric ratio, that is cosec A. Okay, we'll calculate cosec A. You know that, in other word, cosec is the reciprocal of sine, dear. Or else we say, if sine is equal to opposite by hypotenuse, then cosecant of any angle would be hypotenuse by opposite. Anyhow, either you consider as reverse of sine A or reciprocal of sine A, or you use the formula hypotenuse by opposite. Fine. So I'll be using hypotenuse by opposite. Hypotenuse is, see, 4 and opposite is 3. It will become 4 divided by 3. This is the cosec value. And after that we'll move to the sec A. And you know that sec of any angle is the reciprocal of cos. Sec is reciprocal of cos. If you don't want to use that connection, then you can use hypotenuse by adjacent. Fine. So sec A can be written as hypotenuse by adjacent. See, if cos is root 7 by 4, then sec will become 4 by root 7, because we know it is the reciprocal of cos. Okay, and we'll write the last. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is already provided, that is sine. We'll go to the sixth trigonometric ratio, that is cot of angle A. And you know that cot is the reciprocal of tan, or else we can also define cot as the ratio of adjacent by opposite. So we'll be having adjacent by opposite. If tan is equal to 3 by root 7, then cot will become, dears, root 7 by 3. Okay, root 7 by 3. At the end we have all the trigonometric ratios here. So we'll write at the end, see, sine A is equal to, dears, 3 by 4. Cos A is equal to root 7 by 4. Tan A is equal to 3 by root 7. Fine. And after that we have cosec A. Cosec A is equal to 4 by 3. Sec A is equal to 4 by root 7. And after that last one, cot A is equal to root 7 divided by 3. So this is how we write all the trigonometric ratios associated to angle A. And what you do is, now after observing this question, just go right with respect to angle C, dear. Write all 6 trigonometric ratios with respect to angle C and check whether you have got the correct or not. Fine. We'll move to the next question. Fourth question. Given that 15 cot A is equal to 8, find all other trigonometric ratios with respect to angle A. Question given pattern is again little different. How in the previous question you have seen that sine A equal to 3 by 4. The ratio was given with respect to sine A. But now directly the ratio they have not provided. What has been provided? See here, I'll be rearrange it. See, the given information is 15 cot A is equal to 8. This is how they have given you the question. Dears, if you bring 15 to this side, okay, 15 and cot A are with multiplication formation. So if you bring 15 to the side, multiplication turns to be division. So then I'll be having cot A is equal to 8 by 15. Now I got in the ratio format. Now it becomes very easy for me to go through. Fine. And we know what is the cot formula, dears? Cot formula is nothing but adjacent side with respect to opposite. Fine, because we know cot of any angle is the ratio of adjacent to opposite. Adjacent is provided, opposite is provided. Now our work is to find the hypotenuse. Okay, we'll roughly draw the diagram to find the value. Now this is our right angled triangle, and again the angles are with respect to angle A, and means A is acute angle. Any one angle you can consider as acute angle. So I'll be taking here as angle A, dears, and this is angle B, and this is angle C. Now with respect to angle A they are talking about, and the side which is opposite to hypotenuse is nothing but, sorry, opposite to 90 degrees nothing but hypotenuse, and they are talking about this angle. With respect to this angle, this will become opposite side and this will become my adjacent side. Fine, we'll fill the values right now. See, adjacent is provided as 8 and opposite is provided as 15. We'll write adjacent is, dears, 8 and opposite is, dears, 15. Now let me find the value of hypotenuse, and you people know that to find any side in the right angle triangle we have to go for Pythagoras theorem. Fine, we'll apply the Pythagoras theorem. Since hypotenuse is AC, so I'll be writing, dears, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. AB square plus BC square. Fine. In the right angled triangle, the hypotenuse square is equal to sum of squares of other two sides that we have. Fine. Now, AB. How much is AB, dears? AB is adjacent, that is 8 we have. Opposite is 15 we have. So, let me have here 8 square plus 15 the square. Okay, 8 square is how much? 64. 15 square is how much? We have 225. Fine. Now, AC square is equal to, add them, 5 plus 4, 9, 6 plus 2, 8, 2. 289. So bring square to the side, that will become root. So we'll be having AC is equal to root 289. So AC is equal to 17, because root of 289 is 17. We already know it. So 17 we have. Now I got the hypotenuse value as 17. Now I'll write all the trigonometric ratios with respect to angle A. Fine. So first we'll start from sine, dear. Sine A is equal to, quickly remember the formula, opposite divided by hypotenuse. Okay, what is opposite I have, dears? 15, and hypotenuse is 17. What is sine A? 15 by 17. Fine. Or else you can pause the video and write all the trigonometric ratios and you can check after that. Fine. We have here the next trigonometric ratio, that is cos A. Cos A is equal to, what is the formula? Adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Fine. What is the adjacent value I have? 8, and hypotenuse is 17. So we'll be having, dears, 8 by 17. Okay. So after that, let me write tan A. Tan is nothing but, dears, tan we have opposite divided by adjacent. Fine. Opposite is 15 and adjacent is 8. So I'll be having, dears, 15 by 8. Yes or no? And then reciprocals will write here. You know, sine reciprocal. Who is the reciprocal of the sine, dear? That is cosec A. Cosec A. That is the reciprocal of sine A. You can also write cosec as 1 by sine A. Reciprocal. If it is 15 by 17, then I'll be having it as 17 by 15. Make sure you understand everything, because they are very much needed in the next coming questions. Fine. After cos, you know that sec is the reciprocal of cos, and sec also I can write it as sec is equal to 1 divided by cos, because sec is reciprocal of cos. If it is 8 by 17, then sec will become, dears, 17 by 8. Okay, sec will become 17 by 8. And you know tan and cot is the reciprocal of tan, and cot I'll be writing as 1 divided by tan A. If tan is 15 by 8, then cot will become 8 by 15. 8 by 15. So this is how you have to write the trigonometric ratio with respect to angle A. And now you can also write the trigonometric ratios with respect to angle C by considering angle C as the considered angle, and write all the trigonometric ratios with respect to that. And you can send the answer in the comment section. We'll go to the next question. We'll go to the next question. Dear, this question is little important one, and we'll solve so many questions other than NCERT also. We'll discuss many questions which have been asked in the board exams also, because this kind of questions are very essential to be understand. Fine. Now, say we have, if cot theta is equal to 7 by 8, evaluate 1 plus sine theta into 1 minus sine theta divided by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. Dear, the provided information is in the form of cot, and you need to find or evaluate 1 plus sine, 1 minus sine, means sine is necessary, cos is necessary. And you know that when one trigonometric ratio is provided, how to find the other, okay, by drawing the diagram. We have directly provided with ratio, that is cot theta is equal to 7 by 8. And what is the formula, dear? Cot of any angle is given as the ratio of adjacent divided by opposite. Fine. Now we'll draw the right angled triangle. Now dear, see, they have written trigonometric ratio associated to theta. What is theta? Theta is just a representation of an angle. Don't get confusion. Angle A, angle B, like that we have theta also as a representation of angle. Now I already told you theta can be considered any of these two, because trigonometric ratios can be applied only to acute angles of right angled triangle. Now same thing, I'll be considering this angle as theta, okay, and this will be the 90 degree, and you know the side which is opposite to 90 degrees considered as hypotenuse. I'll name the figure as ABC for our convenient, okay. Now with respect to theta, if it is theta, then this side will become opposite side and this side will become adjacent side. Yes or no, dears? Fine. So we'll substitute the values with respect to given information. Cot theta is equal to 7 by 8, where adjacent is 7. So which is adjacent? AB is adjacent. So adjacent will be 7 and opposite is 8. So I'll be writing 8 here. Opposite is 8. So to find cos and sine value, it is very necessary for me that I should have hypotenuse, and you people already know that to find hypotenuse I have to go for Pythagoras theorem. Now quickly we'll use Pythagoras theorem. BC is hypotenuse, dears. So hypotenuse square, that is BC square. Hypotenuse square is equal to AC square plus AB square. See here in this question, hypotenuse I have considered as BC. So BC square is equal to AC square plus AB square. Fine. Hypotenuse I need to find. AC is provided as 8 and AB is provided as 7. So we'll be having, dears, 8 square plus 7 square. 8 square is how much? 64. 7 square is how much, dears? 49. Yes or no? 64 plus 49. Quickly do the calculation. BC square is equal to 9 plus 4, 13, carry 1, 5 plus 6, 11, 113. So I have to have BC, not BC square. So send square to the side, it will become root. So I'll be having BC is equal to root 113. Check root 113 is a perfect square or not. Dear, it is very necessary that you must know the square numbers till 25. By head them, understand them. Otherwise, it will take a lot of time for you people to simplify the questions. Fine. Now, 113 is not a perfect square, dear. So, BC I cannot simplify. My BC will be just root 113. So, I'll write hypotenuse as root 113. Okay, root 113. What and all the information I need to have by the diagram? I need to have sine theta and cos theta. Quickly we'll calculate it. Sine theta. Sine theta. What is the formula associated to sine theta? Sine is the ratio with respect to opposite side and hypotenuse. What is the opposite side? I have 8 and hypotenuse is root 113. So sine theta can be written as 8 divided by root 113. Okay. Now I need cos also. I'll be writing here cos theta. How can I write the cos theta? You know cos is the ratio of adjacent to hypotenuse. Yes or no? What is the adjacent? 7. Hypotenuse is root 113. So I'll be having dears 7 by root 113. These two values are very much necessary for me to proceed with the first one. We'll consider this first question, dear. Evaluation first question will consider. See, I'll be having the first question here. 1 plus sine theta into 1 minus sine theta whole divided by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. In case of trigonometry, before substituting the values, if it is possible to simplify the question, first try to simplify the question. Fine. Now when you look at the question here, 1 plus sine theta into 1 minus sine theta. When you look at the question, do you feel any algebraic expression associated to this or algebraic identity? See dear, a plus b into a minus b. We already know that algebraic identity. A plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. This is the identity that linked to the given question. So I'll be having a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. In place of a I have 1, in place of b I have sine theta. So a square minus b square. What I should write? Quickly tell me. Yes, 1 square minus sine square theta. Okay, a square minus b square, 1 square minus sine square theta whole divided by in the denominator also just assume dear 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. Again it is with respect to a plus b into a minus b, right? So a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. That is with respect to 1 square minus cos square theta. Okay, 1 square minus cos square theta. Now we'll substitute the values dear. Fine. Now 1 square will be 1 minus sine square theta. What is sine theta? 8 by root 113. Now I need to have sine square theta. So what I'll be writing dears? 8 by root 113 the whole square, because square is provided. Okay, whole divided by 1 square minus cos square theta. See, 1 square is 1. Cos theta, what is cos value dear? 7 by root 113. So I'll be having 7 divided by root 113 the whole square. Understanding? Fine. Now let me simplify this part quickly. See, 1 square will be 1. I'll be writing it 1 by 1 because the fraction formation is there now, so it will become easy for me to simplify. This square is applied to both numerator and denominator dear. Don't forget about it. 8 square. 8 square is how much? 64. Yes or no? Root 113 the square. Root 113 square, if I want to calculate, square and root will get cancelled. If square and root will get cancelled, then what I'll be having in the denominator part? Just 113. I think you understood it. Fine. Square and root will get cancelled. I left with only 113. Now, in the denominator part, again I have 1 by 1. I'll be writing minus, see, 7 square is how much? 49 dear. Again, root 113 square. Quickly tell me, it is just 113. Yes or no? Fine. Now, denominator and numerator separately simplify them. See, 1 and 113 LCM would give me 113. See here, 1 into 113, 113 into 1. So in the numerator part, I'll be having 113 minus 64 whole divided. Go to the denominator. Denominator LCM is how much? 1 and 113 is there. LCM would give me 113. Again here I'll be writing 113, 113 ones are. So I'll be having 1 into 113, I'll be having 113, 49 into 1, 49. Now see here, same denominators. So same denominators will get cancelled each other. And what I left with 113 minus 64. Just subtract it here. You will be getting 49. 113 minus 49. You will be getting how much, dear? You will be getting, see, 64 means 49 means 49 means it will be 64. And the answer is 49 by 64. So this is the answer for the first evaluation question. Fine. So we'll calculate the second one right now. Fine. See, first question we got the answer, and here the evaluation of the second question is also given, that is cot square theta. Now we'll calculate the value for cot square theta. Their cot is already provided. See, cot theta itself is in the question, that is 7 by 8, isn't it? Yes or no? Fine. Now we'll calculate cot square theta. Cot square theta means 7 by 8 the whole square. Yes or no? So we'll calculate it. Cot square theta is equal to 7 square is how much? 49, and 8 square is how much? 64. And this is very important question for the board examination, dear. So cot square theta is 49 by 64. Please try to repeat this question 2 to 3 times so that you will get perfection in this question. And we'll take so many questions that have appeared in the board examination with respect to the same kind of pattern. Okay? Yes. Thank you for watching. We'll discuss a few more questions, very important questions, in the next coming videos. And if you have not watched the previous video, a link is provided in the description box. Go to that link and watch the video and come back to this video and just practice the questions. We'll discuss very important questions in the next videos. Please subscribe the channel.